once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw.
And good evening. Good evening. I hope you can hear us. I'm making sure that we have good audio. Welcome to our sports show. And we have in studio right here next to me, if you can see him, wait, kind of narrow, we have Cowboy Cook. Hey. So we'll have to work to get that on screen, but hopefully you can hear this. We're working on some new technology and added some things, and hopefully everything is good. Well, Dawgs lose, yep. Unfortunately, and not sure what happened there. Well, actually, I do. It was pretty bad game, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'll widen this shot out here in just a minute, Cook, and we'll get you a little bit better scene there. But welcome to the Southern Fried Podcast Sports Show. And unfortunately, like I said, the Dawgs lose, and really frustrating game for a dog fan. But it is what it is, and we're just going to have to retool for next year, and that's the way it goes. So, but I hope you are having a good day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing today. We appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast. Waiting on some folks to pop in here. We didn't plan this ahead of time, so it's a real drop-in show, and we appreciate opportunity to cover sports. We got some NFL action going again this weekend, and Cook he's a diehard Cowboy fan. So we are excited about having him in studio, and we'll get these shots worked out better in a minute. And get a better. I'm trying to figure out which one I need to be on to widen it out. So we're still working on these things. There we go. There's Cook. So we are coming through, so I can hear that. That's good. But welcome to the show. And I see you wearing your cowboy hat, Cook.
Oh yeah, always.
Oh yeah, always. We watched. Did you watch the Georgia game? I don't know if you watched it or not. I think you watched some of it.
I watched it on the phone. I got rid of all my channels.
Well, that was better to watch it on because it wasn't much to see. Congratulations to Notre Dame. I can be a sportsman and say that. Was hoping for a better result. Obviously, it didn't happen. Maybe next time. There was just, there was some bad tackling in the game, obviously turnovers. Yeah. Georgia looked to move the ball pretty well early on, and at times did, but just some critical mistakes at critical times cost them, and they go home. And Notre Dame moves forward in the first playoff with the 12 teams, and Final Four, Penn State against Notre Dame, and Texas against Ohio State. It should be a great playoff, man. Who you rooting for?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. If you're going to stay SEC, I guess I would go. I guess I would go Texas, but it's kind of hard. To be honest, I guess out of all of them, I know it's crazy, but I can't root for Notre Dame. It's not sore loser. I don't like Notre Dame.
No.
I would say I would go with. I'd probably go Penn State. They've not been there in a while like that, and
I can't even believe they're there. Really,
I know. And Ohio State has won the thing. Now Texas has won it before, and Penn State. It's been a long time, and James Franklin, and he's done a good job. So I guess I would go with him. But it is difficult. It is frustrating. Congrats to Gunnar Stockton. I think he played a good game, man. I mean,
he didn't do bad.
His biggest problem the whole game was he didn't feel the pressure coming around the backside, the blind side, and that's just something he's going to have. He's not played a whole lot,
right?
And I think going into next year, thinking positive, I think the team will be better. We dropped passes all year long. I mean, we did it again tonight. They did make some difficult catches. I thought the offensive line played really good at times, but at other times not. We didn't run the ball well early at all. It was bad. But I really thought they should just spread them out and go just about all pass. It just seemed like that was better options for the Dogs. I guess if my biggest frustration is the special teams, of course, giving up the touchdown, that was huge and really made a big difference in the game, them scoring the 17 points in just a short span. But I'm really frustrated. I just thought it was and I love Kirby Smart, but one thing I've noticed all year long about the Dogs is their bad tackling. They seem to be going for the big play, the knock the ball out. And I know this is a thing that the teams do, but the players were getting free and they get 5, 10, 15 more yards. You got to wrap up and tackle. And some of these guys are 5-star players. I mean, really good players. Yeah. And they, man, don't it frustrate you to see your team not tackling good? I mean,
boy, the Cowboys kill me.
The Cowboys. I know you've had a rough years. This is like not Alcoholics Unanimous, but sport. Bad sports play unanimous, where we have to go in and say, "Hi, I'm a Falcons fan," or "Hi, I'm a Cowboys fan," and we're losers this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rob wants to call them cowgirl. I've been calling them cowgirls for 3 years, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it.
I'm a diehard fan, so I can, I guess.
Yeah. So, and again, with the backdrop to the game was the terrorism. That was very frustrating.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's unfortunate to see. Good evening. We got Freedom on 17 back in. Good evening to you, and we appreciate you being in here. Let me get that typed in. Sorry if things are jerking around. There we go. Good to have you in here. My system's running a little bit slow right now, so if it doesn't show right up. So sometimes Instagram works kind of weird, but we do appreciate you being in here. I hope y'all have had a good day. Like I said, there is a game tonight. I'm not watching it, but there is a game tonight that's being played. One of the bowl games. But again, we're not happy, or at least I'm not. My son's not. He'll be probably come along in a few minutes as well. But it's a little frustrating to not see your team play well in a big game, and they just didn't. I mean, like I said, special teams was not great. It was at times it was adequate, but not great. The tackling I was really frustrated with. They were giving up, and I was surprised we gave up that much running. We did a pretty good job against the pass.
I was making them in the backfield, and he was just out running you to the side.
And the quarterback got loose a few times, and I thought that was I was a little bit shocked at that. And we did get some pass rush at times, but too many times he was really clean. And but early on, I mean, they held their ground. It was just that sequence of events where they gave up points, and they gave up that that return. I mean, it was just
1 minute it was a close score, and then 2 minutes later it's different, big time.
Yeah, that changed everything. And the turnovers. I mean, that first drive where we really got it going, then ETN unfortunately coughs the ball up. That was a drive killer. We would have certainly scored some points there, and it really hurt the team. And again, I love the Dogs, and I love Kirby. And I was fixing to say, I said that earlier, I love Kirby. And here's what I was going to say. And again, I don't know what caused it. I was a little bit concerned about this game, Dogs being ready. They've been slow starters all year. They've really not played well to the second half.
Yeah.
They've had to go to overtime to win games, down to 7 comebacks this year. You just feel like that's going to catch up with you after a time. To me, the team didn't look really fired up and ready to play. I don't know what was leading that. I'm not saying they didn't play hard, but I didn't see the energy of the fire that I usually see out of a Dog team. So I was a little bit frustrated with that. I thought it would be a lot better than what I saw. So I don't know. I just thought it would be a much better game. It was. The games have always come down to like a field goal, and I thought that it would be 3 points or less. I didn't think that they would jump up on us like that and win.
Yeah,
like they did.
I was shocked that they were favored.
Yeah, like I said, it's always been close between Georgia And if you go way back to the championship season in 1980, it was very, very close. That great game of Herschel Walker, which they talked about tonight. And there's Jeremy coming in. So we got a third member of the crew coming in. And y'all bear with us as we're still getting used to new studio and some new technology, and it's not finished, but we're getting there. So if Jeremy looks a little down, he's very much upset with the game.
Yeah, it'll ruin your day.
We'll have to encourage him, as we look at going to next year, Jer. I mean, it's what it is. Dawgs lose, Notre Dame wins. Like I said, I'm going to be rooting for Penn State, not because I'm a sore loser. I hate Notre Dame. I'm sorry, I do. I don't care for them.
I don't either.
I've never liked them, and that's the top team that I love to beat. So we usually do. We didn't tonight. I can tip my hat to them. And
in Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Try not to anger all the Tennessee fans out there. But, Rob sometimes, who knows, he might pop in here after a while. I forgot to text him, but he'll see that we're on. He may jump in here on the live.
Yeah.
But sometimes he'll jump on Alabama fans pretty hard. I'm like, hey, man, that's some of our listeners. Let's be easy. But, yeah, it's down to the 4, and I'm going to root for Penn State, I think, and again against Texas, and I know people say root for the SEC. I just don't. I really don't want to see them in there. I'd really like to see Penn State, Ohio State. I think I would really rather.
State.
I think Ohio State's playing hot. I really
Ohio State
been a little shocked at just how hot they have played. Not because they've always been really, really good, but they stumbled a little bit at the end of the year. But they look good. I mean
they look real good.
They handled Oregon a lot better than I thought they would. And I thought it'd be a closer game. So I messed up on that one. I thought that Boise State was going to win. And I got to give a lot of credit to Arizona. I didn't think they would play that tight against Texas.
I didn't either.
I just thought the caliber of players that they have, the depth they have would probably be the difference. And I'm not as familiar with Arizona. I watched, I kept up with them just a little bit, a brief minute. But the running back gets the player of the game, offensive player of the game, or I think it was maybe his MVP even. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he played his tail off. A lot of people didn't like him. I didn't like his bravado, how cocky he was. But he played great, and even got sick in that game. And they said was throwing up, but he came back and was playing really well. And but yeah, it had, again. The quarterback, for Notre Dame, he really played within himself, within the scheme. You got to give him credit. He found creases. They didn't pass the ball well at all. They did run a little better, like I said earlier, than I thought they would. But they just did just enough. They played some old school football, actually. They did just enough to get the yards they needed to get those first downs, and they ate clock as best they could. And Georgia just didn't capitalize.
No, he slipped out of there too. It looked like they had him corralled, and he slipped out and got 7 yards.
Yeah, again, it's like I said, it's like the tackling was just not there like it should be for Georgia on a consistent basis. At times they look really good, and again, the turnovers were killers. The turnovers, the special teams touchdown, those were really killers for against Georgia. But we move on, and I can just sit back now, and I don't have to be stressed.
Right.
But going back, and just to throw this in there just a little bit, and I was talking about it this morning in the morning show, and I just think it was unfortunate that the game had to be played under the circumstances they were played under.
Yes.
A day later. It's hard for teams to sit around like that. You're ready to go. You've got it in your mindset. You have a routine to get into, and both teams maybe seemed a little flat. A little bit. It wasn't greatly, but I don't know. To me, it just didn't seem to have the energy that I thought it would. I thought the fans were more energized than the players were. And but let's talk about some controversies too. I really thought that call early was bad for Georgia because I felt like that was roughing the kicker when that punter got hit and spun completely around him. He bodied him and spun him all the way around, and they did it again. Both of them were called 5-yard running in the kicker, and I thought those were definitely the first one for sure, but maybe even both of them were 15-yard penalty cons. You got to protect the players, and if it's just you bump into him, he ran through it. I mean, he ran through his leg, spun him all the way around.
Oh yeah,
and even the announcer or the official that they have in the booth, he said the first one should have been called. So that's a judgment call from the field. Kirby didn't complain too much, but I really thought that. And by the way, it was a bad play I know the guy has blocked kicks, and the guy for Notre Dame. Sorry, I can't remember his name. He was a very awesome player, real aggressive, but you do that twice. I think that, they didn't do it the rest of the game. They gave him a talking to on the sideline. Like, what are you doing? I mean, they were talking about his technique. His technique was bad. You're taught to run. You're just supposed to try to run in front of them enough that you can catch that ball coming off the foot. He did right that he was going to go past, but he's too close to him. So when the kicker's leg is up, he's going to come into the leg and kick the leg over. And it was just bad form. And he's probably a little amped up. First part of the game was really bad. But my wife sent me a message. I was just trying to keep up with that. But we're in the not finished, but we're getting there. New studio for we'll call it Southern Fried Podcast, Georgia North. Rob's in South Georgia. I'm in North Georgia, and we got the crew here. You'll be seeing a lot more of them. I'm here with Roy Cook and Jeremy, my son. And we wanted to come on and talk about a Georgia win. Not going to happen. No. Not going to happen. It'll be okay, boy. But my son has been. He's been taught well. He wears these colors no matter. I always told people, if you take your flags down and you put your shirts away and everything, you're not really a fan. I mean, come on, root for your team. Root for your team.
Yeah.
But it was. I just thought that it was a game that Georgia, I believe should have won.
Yeah.
Nothing against Notre Dame. I just thought that they were. I don't know. Georgia just to me was, again, I don't want to be too critical. I just felt like all year long this team just wasn't ready to come out and play immediately in hitting the field. And I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't understand. They've been flat all year long in the first half. They've scored very few points. The defense bailed them out, but they had to come behind in almost every game. There's only maybe 2 games they really dominated. And I just, to me, that goes back to coaching. And I'm just not sure. A lot of people are not happy with Mike Bobo. I don't think his play calls were horrible tonight, but he was not ready for, and again, some of this may be because Stockton has not played that much. He was not ready for the pass rush. His hot reads were not there. He tried to hold the ball too long. Those are things they'll coach. They'll coach out of him. When I say coach, and hopefully they'll coach out of him, and they'll get him ready for next year. And we got to do better at catching the ball and not dropping it.
Is he going to be the starter next year?
He'll be. I'm certain he'll be the starter. Although there'll be opportunities for people to show what they can do in camp.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Cook is also an Alabama fan.
Yes. Roll Tide.
So, what's your feelings about Alabama going down 4 losses? Right, they went to 4 losses. A lot of people are glad that Milroe's leaving, but what do you think about Alabama?
Well, I kind of predicted it, and I wish I'd have been wrong. But
you did predict it.
They're just not good.
Me and Rob talked about that the other night. How you predicted that, and we were kind of getting on you, like, man, you don't got faith in your team.
Kind of rough on them, you told me.
Yeah, you're being rough on them, man. What's up?
I just know what's up, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
Change of the guard.
You did predict, although I don't think it was this bad, but you predicted Dallas to have some rough games too along the way. The Dallas Cowboys.
I was losing 5 or 6, and they lost 7 or 8.
So yeah, I mean it was worse than we thought. But they had some injuries too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video of the Philly fans giving Jerry the business. They were saying, "Jerry, you're doing a good job."
Oh yeah,
Did you say keep it up? Yeah. He was good natured about it. He said, "Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we're doing good." Or whatever he said. For the Georgia game, Stockton ends with 234 yards, averaging 11.7. He did throw his first touchdown was sacked 4 times, and those sacks hurt.
That's not good.
That was not good. And, of course, the turnover. ETN, the running game just wasn't there. 38 yards, Frazier 37.
ETN.
The receiver, Smith, 13. And then that was Stockton ends up with minus 23. You take those numbers together, it's not good. Smith did have the one big catch for 67. He didn't drop the ball. Cash Jones, money man, cash money, 2 for 2 for 37. And TD, they probably should have had him involved earlier. Lovett had 36. Bell was targeted 12 times, caught only half of them. He had that huge drop. I don't know if you saw that play. That was about a 50, 60-yard bomb.
When he was laying on the ground.
Yeah, and he dropped it. Well, he's laying there crying because it was right in his hands. It's like he come into his hands.
He was trying to run for
and then bounced off of it, and just horrible.
Yeah.
They did end up scoring, but they had to overcome that. ETN was 4 for 4 for 26. Dealt, and again, they did get to some of the tight ends, but the tight end play has been inconsistent this year. Maybe in the blocking, but not in the receiving. Dealt 18 yards. Frazier, the running back, had 17, and that's it. And then the Woodring had the one field goal. Just not a good game. Time of possession, Georgia, and it was about equal. Notre Dame ended up with less than a minute more. Total yards, Georgia 296, Notre Dame 244. Passing yards was totally dominated by Georgia, 234 to 90. Wow. Rushing yards, though, they killed us, 154 to 62. That's so unlike Georgia. I wanted them to go to I formation, Yeah. We talked about that big offensive line. Go to I formation, put a blocker there, and let's just run it down. We had a 50-pound average across the front of the line. I just think that was a failure by the team. First downs were pretty equal. Georgia comes out ahead. Notre Dame did have more penalties than us, and some of those they complained about. Of course, we had the 2 turnovers. That was what we lost by. Yeah. We were sacked 4 times. We only got to them once. The total plays, even, 61.
Wow.
So pretty interesting. For Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, the quarterback had 90 yards. He was 15 out of 24, did throw the 1 touchdown. He was sacked once, as we said. Leonard had 80 on the ground, and then Price 37, Love 19, and there was not much after that.
Their quarterback had a few rushing yards, didn't they?
He did. I mean, he was the leading rusher. He had 80 yards.
Oh, okay.
Facing 4 for 4 for 46. They spread it around pretty good. Mm-hmm. Evans 22, Collins 13, and then they had Summit chipped in. Again, the turnovers killed Georgia. What about their kicker? They said he hadn't had a great year. Kid comes out 3 for 3. Nails every one of them, got the 2 extra points, and and I guess Georgia didn't have any. Again, I think it was penalty. They did charge him a penalty, but it wasn't the 15-yard variety. But the punter did okay. The freshman, it wasn't great. He had one good punt, but he held in there. I was a little bit concerned about that. It turned out to be a nothing burger, and the team overcame and did good. But Dogs go down. Now we look at 2025. Of course, the rest of these teams move forward, and we'll see. SEC has not had a good year in the playoffs.
I don't think Bama's going to be much better next year.
Yeah, well, we'll see. LSU has, didn't have they lost their big prize 5-star, and they did pull out that win over Vanderbilt, and it's probably a good thing. Brian Kelly he's not really lighting the fire down there at LSU.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of talent. Oklahoma didn't do it either. Tennessee ended with a dud. They really did. I mean, I thought they would do better in the playoff. Mississippi, just these teams that, we're out. I mean, Texas is it. And honestly, Texas, they had to do everything they could do to win that game.
Yeah.
Texas is
that was a shocker for me. I didn't think the other team was going to even come close.
I didn't either. And I just don't think Texas I could be wrong. I just don't think Texas wins it. I think this is down between Ohio State and Penn State. Nothing against Notre Dame. They're not gonna win against Ohio State or Penn State throwing for 90 yards. That's not going to happen.
No.
And Georgia should have capitalized on this. And again, I say I'm frustrated with the defense. The numbers show that they played good, but it was the failure of tackling and giving up extra yards. It was the failure of of special teams, of giving up that one big play. Those were backbreakers. And then the turnovers. ETN. I mean, just think of the beginning of the game. We started kind of flat. We finally found our footing, got going, and we're headed for a touchdown, I'm sure. And ETN fumbles. I mean, love the kid, but it just didn't seem like. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Notre Dame. They brought the fire on defense. I got to give them credit. They were playing really strong against the run. They made sure that they did not want the run. They wanted to put it in the quarterback's hands, which I thought Bobo should have done more of that. I thought he was passing the ball pretty good. In fact, he was hitting some passes that Beck had been failing on. But I just thought they would advance down the field better. But I thought the pass would open up the run. It did a little bit, but not enough.
Yeah, Beck's a good long ball thrower.
He is, and I got to give Stockton credit. He did throw some nice deep passes. There was a few that were off target, but he was under pressure. And the fourth down plays were not good. Georgia didn't do good on fourth down. Didn't do good on third down.
Yeah.
But when they were moving pretty good. And I don't know. It just seemed to be a little flat. It was a hard fought game, but really uninspiring on offense for both teams. It was a defensive game, and Notre Dame comes out on top. Georgia, the luck runs out, and the luck of the Irish goes forward.
Yeah. Until the next game, then they're out.
Yeah, until the next game, and they're out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I hate Notre Dame. I'm sorry. That's the fan coming out. I can't stand Notre Dame. Good Thursday evening. I hope you're having a good 2025, and I don't know if hopefully you like sports. Being in here, we have a few from around the different streams, but and we're also NFL fans. I'm a suffering Falcons fan, and Cook is you see his cowboy hat.
Yeah, the cowgirl.
We're getting down to it, and my prediction early in the year, if you remember, my prediction was that Baltimore would win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And they are playing extremely well right now.
Yes, they are.
But there's other teams playing well too. If the Eagles look really good, Buffalo looks really good as well. I could see both those teams being there. If Cincinnati gets in, they're playing well. They just got off to a bad start, but they're looking pretty good now too. Looking forward to some of those matchups, and Detroit has had a really good year. They had one slip up there late in the year, but overall they've played really, really well.
Yes,
and we'll pull up some of the matchups. The Falcons have got the Panthers on Sunday at the 1:00 game on CBS. The Falcons need to close strong. The Panthers have been playing better. I never like it when a coach points out and blames players. Yeah. And I didn't like the coaches blaming Penix for the loss Sunday. I thought it was bad clock management use of timeouts by coach. I understand where he's coming from, but that was a game the Falcons should have won. I just felt like it was bad clock management. By the way, Kirby tonight, I didn't understand that right before the half. It seemed like they were just going to run the clock out, but they ended up running a play right when they should just let the clock run out. They had no intention of going anywhere. I just didn't understand why they did that. Anyway, I think I think they were really disjointed right then. The Kansas City Chiefs, who Mahomes will not play, they don't need to play him. They play the Broncos on Sunday. And, hence the Broncos are going to be predicted to win this game. That's 4:25 on CBS. So we do have some Saturday action this week. The Browns are at the Ravens. That'll be ugly for the Browns. I'm sorry, the Cleveland Browns are not going to look good this week against the Ravens. The Ravens they're killing it right now.
Yeah, they're rolling.
Great pickup getting Derrick Henry, the beast, out of Tennessee. Early on, it was an odd fit, but man, they're ramma-jamma now. So Browns Ravens at 4:30 on Saturday. Another Saturday game, the Steelers at the Bengals. What about the announcer, the TV people having to say they were wrong? Terry Bradshaw was one, and one of the other guys who said it was wrong to start Wilson over the other quarterback from he played at Georgia and of course played at Ohio State, and was at Chicago. But he proved them wrong. I mean, he stood up and they're playing well. This will be a good game. Bengals Steelers. What a great, you just feel that old style football going on when you have the Bengals and the Steelers, the Bears and the Packers. The Bears are looking pretty bad too. Another high draft pick for them. They do have their quarterback, but they need receiver help bad. The Packers look good. Another team that's in the mix there. 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Bills and the Patriots. Patriots have played pretty good lately, man. I mean, I got to give them credit.
Yeah.
I like Drake May. I really do like him. So we got the Patriots and the Bills.
Cowboys will lose to the Washington.
Yeah, yeah, you go ahead and say it. We still say Washington Redskins.
I do.
It's all we've known them by, right? That's all we've known them by. So
no disrespect to the Indian, but that's what they are.
Well, I mean, but the Commanders. I never liked the name. Hello, Juliet. Thanks for giving us the thumbs up. But the Commanders, Cowboys.
It's a great rivalry. It used to be.
It is a great rivalry. I don't like Washington. There's no doubt I did not like Washington.
No.
But I do like Jalen Daniels. I think that guy, man, he played lights out. I got to give him credit. He beat my Falcons, but the Giants, who looked better last week, they've been a mess. They've got the Eagles. Well, they're not going to play good this week. The Eagles will probably win that game. Although this game is the spread's not as big as I thought it would be. The Jaguars and the Colts, both teams. Not been where they thought they were going to be. The Jaguars have been horrid. They're 4-12. The Colts are 7-9.
Going to be better.
I thought the Colts were better. The Jaguars were predicted to be better.
Yeah.
The Giants are 3-13. Eagles, a complete flip. The Eagles are 13-3.
Yeah.
The Saints, another team that's not played up to expectation, 5-11 against the Buccaneers. Not a great record, 9-7. But how about Baker Mayfield? He's been playing great. I mean, that was a perfect match.
Yeah, I
remember
last
for
year
Baker to go.
I doubt him, but
do what?
I'm not doubting him as much. Remember, I said I was afraid for Baker Mayfield if I had a receiver on that team.
Yeah,
but I'm not as afraid now. He's playing pretty good.
He's playing pretty good. They're predicted to roll up on the Saints and dominate them.
Yeah, Saints ain't playing too
good. The Titans, who've really underperformed. They've got a lot of questions answered. They're 3-13, and they play the Texans. I thought the Texans would be a little bit better. They played well, but last week they threw a nothing burger out there.
Yeah.
Of course, they were playing Baltimore, I believe it was. 9-7 on the year. The Texans are. I know you hate them, but I like the Houston Texans. I like their uniforms. I like their head coach, and I do like C.J. Stroud.
Quarterback.
He's a fine young man and an amazing talent.
He needs to go to Dallas.
Another team that didn't do well this year is the 49ers. They're out. They're 6-10 against the Cardinals.
Yeah,
another team.
Me.
Yeah, I know. A lot of injuries. They were predicted to be battling for a Super Bowl again. Didn't happen. 6-10.
Keep the running back on the field.
Yeah, and it's been his problem his whole career.
Yeah, it has. But when he's on, he's on. But he just don't. He gets hurt.
Yeah, when McCaffrey is doing when he's healthy, I mean he's one of the best.
Yes.
I love the guy. It's just he can't stay healthy.
Right.
And he had that problem in college too at times.
Oh yeah.
But he puts it all on the line. I give him credit. He puts it all on the line.
He does so good.
Well, and he doesn't take plays off. He plays hard every play.
Every time. Absolutely.
The Cardinals are 7-9. I know they had higher hopes. They've been up and down all year. The Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, 4-7 or 4-12. Excuse me. There was probably more power in that earthquake they had out there in Nevada than there is in the Raiders. They're not shaking it up too much there in Vegas. Against the Chargers, 10-6. That's a team that can light up on you, but I just don't. I think that the AFC is too stacked for them to move forward.
They can, but they don't seem to do it.
They don't seem to do it. That's right. The Dolphins 8-8 underperformed this year against the New York Fighting Jets.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was going to come in and win a Super Bowl, right?
Not today.
I think it might be over for him there.
Yeah, I do too.
I just don't think they're going to continue with this experiment. I really don't.
It's time to roll on.
It's unfortunate he got hurt the year before, first series. But I think they're paying a lot of money for that guy, and I just don't think the return on investments is there.
Well, they just don't have the team either. When he does play good, they seem to mess it up.
I do like Garrett Wilson. There's another guy there that I like on receivers. But other than that, some of them are kind of Green Bay retreads, and they just didn't play. They're kind of long in the tooth, a couple of them. Didn't play great. They have had some injuries, but the Jets – it's the Jets. I mean, they always underperform, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, being a Jets fan is about as bad as being a Falcons fan. They always break your heart. Every year you think, this is the year. We're going to do better. We got the new quarterback. We're in the same boat.
I'd rather be a Falcons fan.
I would be. Well, I would too. I don't want to be a Jets fan. Chick Bait, I'm sorry I missed some of your chats. Good evening to you. And it's old school rivalry up there in the great areas from where you're from. Go Browns? I don't know. Let's see. She says college sports injuries, even high school, can throw off a future career. Absolutely. That's why the kids are taking the money and running as soon as they can. The Colts have underperformed, yes. And she says that the Jets make me cry like a sad love song.
I understand.
Don't they
crying all year?
Don't they have that?
My team.
I can't think of how that song goes when they say the Jets. I'm sorry. They just, the days of Broadway Joe are long, long ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. The Jets are 4-12. Wow. I bet Aaron Rodgers didn't lose that many games in his whole career. You reckon?
No.
Maybe. Well, maybe
Close.
over the course of a long career. Maybe he probably never lost in high school. The Seahawks are 9-7 against the Rams, 10-6. Seahawks have played really good
The Rams
lately.
are scary. They made it.
The Rams. Of course, rooting for our former Dogs that play on the team, but I'm not.
They got that gunslinger.
They got that gunslinger. That's right. He was good at Georgia and even better in the pros. He finally got the Super Bowl.
He's got a good eye, too. He helped pick the other gunslinger from Georgia that's on the team now.
Oh, yeah.
He made a heck of a play last year. I think it was preseason when he faded out that way and sidearmed it. Remember that?
I do remember that.
That was awesome.
They're at 10-6. I do like their running back is really talented. They do have some nice receivers, but this will be a good game. Seahawks predicted to win this game. Maybe, I don't know. Over under is 38.5. This will be a good game. 4:25 Sunday. Your Sunday night game. This is a great game. This is the game of the week for me. Is outside of that Cincinnati game, is the Vikings, who are 14-2, and the Lions, who are 14-2. Wow.
Yeah, it's a playoff game.
That's a playoff game. That is your Sunday night game on NBC, 8:20. That is a great matchup. Who do you got there, Cook? Let's talk about some of these, how you think they're going to do. Let's see. Cardinals – let's see. She says, the Cardinals confuse me. Is it football or is it baseball? Well, there is the Cardinals baseball, but there's the Cardinals football. So we're talking football. So Vikings got me this year. So we'll save that game. Let's run back through them. Panthers, Falcons. Let's talk about who's going to win on Sunday. Panthers, Falcons.
I want the Falcons to win.
You want them to win. Well, I want them to win too. This game is in Atlanta. This is the 1:00 game on CBS.
Can they make it if they win?
No, they're out. I think they're officially out. The Panthers are definitely out. This is a game for pride for the end of the year.
Go Falcons.
Go Falcons. It is in Atlanta, so I'm going to pick Atlanta. And so you go Falcons.
Yep.
Falcons. Jeremy says Falcons too. Chick Bait, do you want to pick? Sam Darnold, looking for good things from him. Yeah, he's looked pretty good. I mean, he really has. They're playing in Atlanta. The Falcons and the Panthers are playing in Atlanta. So give us your best chick bait pick tonight. Falcons, Panthers, and who do you got? So then we'll move on to the next game. And Falcons all the way. Yay, yeah. I love it. Falcons all the way. And Lewis comes in and says that the Bills rule. Well, they do rule. And I'm actually a Bills fan. All right, we got the Chiefs, who is not playing Mahomes, against the Broncos, 4:25 Sunday, CBS. Mahomes is not playing because they're saving him. They're 15-1, by the way, and the Broncos are 9-7, but playing really good with Bo Nix late in the season. Who you got, Cook? That's a hard pick because it's still the Chiefs, right? Even if Mahomes is not playing. It's still the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against them.
You say Broncos?
Yeah.
I'll go because he's not playing. I think they're just cashing this game in. I'll say Broncos. Jeremy? Chiefs or Broncos?
Broncos.
He's saying Broncos. So the Ravens do go, and we'll get to them in a minute. That's my Super Bowl pick. The Browns and the Ravens, it's Ravens all the way, right?
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Ravens or Browns? Derrick Henry, that's all you need to know. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Defensive end has a career
You can pick who you want, Browns or Ravens. He says, I don't know.
Ravens, I guess.
I guess the Ravens.
Yes, good pick.
That's a good pick. Even though they are 11-5, they do need to win this game, and they're going to dominate the Browns. But the Browns will surprise you every once in a while. They'll jump up, play a good game. Not going to happen. She went Broncos on the other one. So who you got, Ravens or Browns on this one? Ravens or Browns, but I know that. I know it's stupid. I hate these teams move and they keep the name or take the name. In this case, they left the name, but well, just throw it out there. Ravens rule. The Browns suck. I hate it for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I do too.
God bless him. Former Georgia running back and coming back from injury, he's trying. He did have a bad fumble the other day. So yeah.
He had many though.
Here's a really good game. Bengals against the Steelers. And this game is in Pittsburgh. I'm going to go Bengals on this game. I just think the Steelers, although they played really well at home and they have the better record, I think the Bengals are flying right now. And so I could see that. So both answers are correct. They both win.
I think Pittsburgh will win.
In
Pittsburgh.
Steelers. Chickbait says. Who'd you say?
Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers, Bengals.
They're hard to play in Pittsburgh.
They are hard to play there. Which one, Jeremy?
Even on Madden, they're hard to play there.
You're going Bengals. All right. Jeremy goes Bengals. And Lewis says, and she went Steelers. Lewis says, if though I'm a Cleveland fan, but Cavs rule. No, that was for Browns Ravens. They're the same team. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Art Modell, the great Art Modell, wasn't that his name that moved the team? Everybody hated his guts. But he did start an amazing franchise. You got to give him credit. They may win a Super Bowl this year, and they've been really good for a long time. So, and he got what he wanted, but he was hated back in Cleveland, hated to the day he died, I guess, and probably still hated. Bears, Packers. Packers are 11-5. Bears 4-12. I just can't see the Bears beating the Packers. I'm going to go Packers all the way. This game is in Lambeau Field.
Oh yeah,
Green Bay. Packers or Bears, Jeremy?
Bears. Oh my.
Bears. Oh my. Packers. Jeremy says, good pick, son. All right, here's your Bills. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, so true, Packers. Art of the Steal there. I always joke when you're the Browns will go to the Super Bowl. I'm from Cleveland, so my joke is yes, Browns will go. They'll get the VIP seats to watch the game. Yeah, the Packers win. So I got you. Yeah. All right. Bills and Patriots. Bills.
England.
New England. You're going to New England?
I'm on New England.
They're 3-13. They have played better. I'm going Bills.
Yeah.
I think the Bills win this game. They're playing really good. If there is a team that could give KC and Baltimore fits, it's the Buffalo. So I think they win. Chick-bait says Patriots, I think just because she hates the Bills. And Lewis says Bills all the way. I just added in all the way. I figured like you were probably saying that. You can see that he just said the Bills. But I think he said Bills all the way. Right. All right, the Cowboys and the Commanders. Here's we'll start over here and let you think about it a minute. I'm going Commanders. Cowboys just haven't shown me that they're sort of cashing in the season right now, I think.
Cowgirls.
They're 7-9. The Commanders are 11-5. You know, the Cowboys looked so bad last week. If they had played that game tighter, I might pick them this week. But they looked so bad. They were horrible. I mean, what happened, Cook? I mean, the Cowboys sucked. They were horrible.
I don't know. They don't show up sometimes at all. I don't know who they are.
I'm going Commanders. Who you got?
Commanders.
It's hard for him to even say it. Who you got, Jeremy? Commanders across the board. Did you say that again? Commanders? Commanders. I wanted to hear it a little stronger. I know that's hard for a Cowboy fan to say. And the Giants against the Eagles. Is there any question here? I think the Eagles win. The Giants are – I know they played good last week, but the Giants are horrible. You know, I've been waiting every week for the owner, Mara. I've been waiting for him every week just to commit Harry Carey up there in the box. I mean, that week before when they played the Falcons, I mean, it was the Falcons. The Falcons were looking good against the Giants. And, you know, they're up there. And you can just see it in his face like, I don't even want to live anymore. Like, this is like the worst thing ever to see. Yeah. So, Chick-bait Commanders. Kid Rock said he was a Cowboy. Kid Rock said he was a Cowboy. I didn't see that remarks. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Chick-bait says, I don't hate the Bills. I just want to show respect to my New England heritage. I know for all them New Englanders, it's hard to see them do so bad. Chick-bait says Commanders. Lewis says Eagles. Good pick. Eagles roll. That's a 1:00 game on Sunday. The Giants get it over with early and cash in the season. Jaguars Colts. Who cares? No, I think the Colts win this game. AR has not played great, but he's played good enough. I think their team is a little bit better. Well, my question here is, what happens to the Jaguars quarterback? I mean, it's great product out of Clemson. You know, and he looked really good for the first couple of seasons, and you know, then now he's really stinking it up. I'm just wondering what they're going to do. It's not going well for them. 4-12, but I'm picking the Colts. Lady Kara says, let's go Bengals. Joe Burrow goes MVP, and a howdy y'all. Howdy to you, Lady Kara. Hope you've all been been a while. Yeah, it has, and we are doing well. And Chick-bait says, even Bernie Kosar left the Browns for Texas as a Cowboy. You know, the Browns just, it's, you know, you got those teams, the Falcons, and lately the last few seasons, the Browns, the Jets. New England has been horrible. I mean, they're just stinking it up. Sorry, it smells. It really does, you know. And the Falcons are one of those teams that get your hopes up and they just crush you. It's like you every year you wonder, you have to go into therapy and wonder why you're a Falcons fan. But I still love them and I still root for them. Yeah.
I've enjoyed going to watch the Falcons. I've watched Dallas in Atlanta twice.
We have. All right, the Saints and the Buccaneers. I'm going Buccaneers. Saints look horrible. Good grief. 5-11. Buccaneers 9-7. Who you got?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, Jer. Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New Orleans Saints? Buccaneers. I'm going Buccaneers. But a prayers for all the people in New Orleans. It's horrible what's happened down there. And this game, is in Tampa, so they don't have to worry with all the craziness that's going on down there. Lewis says Bucks, and Chick says Bucks with the $sign. So, okay, all right, got a few more here. Texans and the Titans. This game is the spread is not that bad, but the Titans look terrible. Levis at quarterback, they just look bad. I mean, they're just not played well.
Yeah.
Texans have played lower under their ability.
Yes.
But I think the Texans will close strong. They looked bad. Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah.
I mean, like bad. What did they score? Like 5 points or something? It was horrible.
Something crazy.
I'm going to go Texans, though, in this game. Who you got, Cook? Texans. Jeremy, Texans. T for Texas. Texas wins.
I don't like Texans either. But I do like the quarterback.
You do like the quarterback. CJ Stroud, who, by the way, Chick Bait, we know, was at Ohio State. And he's a fine young man. But a little bit for Georgia fans not to soften the blow of this loss we had, he didn't beat Georgia. We did. And it wasn't a penalty in the end zone. It was a great hit. Sorry, Marvin Harrison Jr., I love you, man. But we laid the wood in the end zone. Got to go back. I need a little bit of Georgia's medicine tonight. Chick says, thanks goodness. My son's an OSU grad. Hey, Candy Britton, looky here who I got in studio. Hey, guys.
Candy, how you doing?
Good to have you in here. So good to have you. Hello to everybody. Instagram, Rumble, X, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're coming from. God bless you here on right after the new year. Pray for our nation. It's fun to talk about sports. I hate what's going on.
Right.
Where to leave off at? Texas Titans. The 49ers, 6-10 against the Cardinals, 7-9. Man, and the 49ers have just looked really bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to pick them in this game.
Me too.
I'm going 49ers against the Cardinals. I really am.
Yeah.
Well, we are on True Social, but we don't stream live on True Social. We're on all the streams, but we don't stream live at all. They don't allow live streaming, so we take the recorded show or the live show as it's recorded, and we push it over to True Social. Good to see you all tonight. Thanks. I'm glad we're being seen. It's good to be seen, right? And above ground. Yes. Blue sky. I don't know. What do you mean by that? You lost me. Blue sky? No, what is blue sky? Maybe I'm just ignorant here. So we all went 49ers. Chick Bader, are you picking on this one? Oh, you'll find me on there. We are on True Social. Yes, give us a follow on there. Thank you. So we appreciate that. We're in the not finished new studio, but we got high hopes for everything we're going to be doing in here. So a lot of production, a lot of different kinds of shows. Cornbread Nation, this will be ground zero for it. Rob will be coming in by way of through into the stage on StreamYard, but we'll be doing a lot of the stuff from this studio. All right, we all said them. You didn't give a pick, Chick, so we're going to say you're picking the 49ers because you didn't pick in time. You lost your check. It's one of those automatic things. Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. I that's why I don't know about it. So I didn't know that it was the. Do I need to go over there and cause chaos? Probably not. All right, the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, 10-6 against the Raiders, 4-12. I'm going Chargers all the way. Raiders, they're cashing in another season. Las Vegas deserves better. It's a great stadium, by the way. I love the way their field rolls out. Massive, they can roll it out. It's real grass, and they can roll it out to get it sun and water and all that stuff, and then bring it back in. That is pretty cool because I am not a fan of turf at all.
They got a great tight end.
They do have a great tight end. Thanks for bringing it up. And that tight end played at Georgia. Brock Bowers, who set a record this past week for rookie tight ends. Mm-hmm. And Chick Bait, surely you're not going to say the Raiders. Okay. Chick said the 49ers. She says the Raiders. Okay. I'm going Chargers. You're going Chargers. Jeremy, Raiders or Chargers? Which one do you got, brother? It's a tough pick.
Yeah. Raiders.
Oh, he's going to go Raiders. You're in there with Chick Bait said the Raiders. So What is it? What is it? She always throws these things. What is it with grown men and grass? Y'all obsessed with turf? I know it's injuries. I don't like turf. It's bad on players' injury.
Yeah, it is.
It's tore up a lot of knees.
Mhm.
A lot of knees. The Dolphins 8-8 against Chick Bates' New York Jets. I'm sorry, she don't root for them. Lewis said the 49ers. I know you're kidding. We can kid back with you.
Yeah.
This game is it is at the Jets Stadium. No, I'm not picking the Jets. I don't care if they're playing at home or not. The Dolphins are going to win this game. Tua is going to have a big game. One of the greatest wide receivers I've ever seen playing on that team. He's going to have a great game. The Dolphins roll. Who you got, Cook? Dolphins or Jets?
Dolphins. But I'm just not sold on Tua. That sounds crazy, I guess. But
Well, he hasn't played.
just ain't.
He hasn't played great. I mean, his injuries have been the problem. So,
Who he replaced plays better than he does.
what in the world? Yeah, but I've observed through life, male of our species like a good spread of grass. To me, since I clean grass stains off my kids' clothes, it's a guy thing to do. When we were kids, you figured if you weren't getting grass stains on your clothes, you weren't being an all boy. So, and our moms got mad at us for getting them dirty and tearing the knees out of the jeans.
Yeah.
Those are school clothes.
I used to stack bowls of hay and take the football and dive over them, and I'd be dirty as you wouldn't believe. That was a good old days.
So who you got, Dolphins or the Jets, Jer?
Dolphins.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Go with the Dolphins. Two more games, Seahawks and the Rams. I'm going to pick the Rams in this game. I don't care if the Seahawks are favored. I
don't like the Seahawks.
I hate them.
I don't think they're that good.
Can I be any clearer? I hate them. I've never liked the Seahawks.
I like the Rams too, especially for the quarterback. He's been playing top notch for the whole time.
Lewis says the Rams. Yes, go Rams with the Georgia quarterback at the helm. I like the Rams. I believe they win this game.
Yeah.
It says on Fox at 4:25. This is at SoFi Stadium. It is Rams are at home. They're going to roll this game. I just believe it. Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Yeah, go Seahawks. But Lewis is the smarter one here because he said go Rams.
Yes.
And you said what? Y'all made me have to learn to sew and buy sewing machine. I'll never get cash back on that investment. Yeah, but you made great memories. Oh, did you say Rams? You're going the Rams, right? But yeah, Rams.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just felt like you wouldn't know what he's going to pick Seahawks. The last game, this is the best game of the day, and Chip says, "Yeah, go Seahawks and Rams." All right. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. The Vikings, your Sunday night game of the week, 8:20 on NBC. Vikings 14-2, and the Lions 14-2, and this game is at Detroit. And this is the best game. This is one of the best matchups all year. Wow. This is a pick'em game. They actually have the Lions giving up 2.5. I'm not surprised, but you know what? I don't know. I think probably the Lions are the better team offensively a little bit, but who can control Jefferson? Nobody can guard that guy. I mean, he's going to get his yards. Lewis says the Vikings. She also says the Rams represent Aries, and that's the worst sign of the zodiac. Where do you come up with this stuff? I love you, girl. Where are you getting that at? I mean, like, really? We're going to the zodiac for the prediction. Let's go out and look up in the heavens. Well, and then Lewis just jumps out there and says, yeah, he's going Vikings. And she says, I say I go Vikings. I'm part Norwegian, and my great-grandfather's name is Thor. You're killing me. Hey, it's the only way to be. We're the Southern Fried. Get you some Southern Fried. So We're having fun. My brain. Your brain. Your brain is very spastic. It's all over the place. I can never predict what you're going to say. All right, Cook. This is a hard pick. Vikings or Lions?
You got to go with Detroit at home.
I'm going to go with Detroit at home. And another reason I'm going to go with Detroit is Jamar Gibbs, running back that played at Alabama and also is from Dalton, Georgia, which is just down the road from where we live.
Yes.
Great young man, great kid, great talent. And I'm going Jamar Gibbs and the Lions. The coach, he's kind of over the top for me, but he has made them tough. And, they're playing amazing. Not that the Vikings are not, but I give the edge to the Lions, and I'm going to say the Lions win this game. Lewis said the Vikings.
The Lions have got a Super Bowl in their eyes.
They do, and people better watch out for them. Lady Kara says the Lions. They have been playing some good football. Chickbait says Lions. Then she says Vikings. She don't know who she's picking. It's a tough pick. Flip a coin. I mean, I don't know. Who do you pick? So I say, like I said, I say the Lions win this game. It's close. It's close. This game will come down to turnovers without a doubt, which a lot of games do. But I think this game, it'll be whoever wins that will win this game, and probably time of possession. Who you got, Jeremy? Vikings or the Lions?
Lions.
Jeremy's going Lions. It's universal. Chickbait still says go with the Vikings. Well, your great grandfather, I think you said Thor. You totally made that up. Tell me you made that up. You made that up, Chickbait. That's not real. If that's real, I'm buying you another cup of coffee on your stream. You got to send me the receipt, though. You got to prove to me that that's true. I think you made it up. Kevin O'Connell, best coach, Vikings. Great. And his people, yes, we're having some fun. But she says, okay, for once, this is real, and I will show you. It is true. I'm saying, in a nice way, BS. This is not true. And you're going to have to produce the receipts. I promise you, I'll buy you a cup of coffee on your site. Our Chickbait has. Are you still Chickbait on? I can't keep up. Did you really change your name to Chick Crew, or you Chickbait on your YouTube? I mean, you're back and forth. But she does true crime on YouTube. Give her a follow. Friends to the program, friends in life, and we like her and Lewis. They're great friends, and we appreciate them, even though they're Yankees. But we got to have some fun. Okay, she says, okay, but it's actually true. Okay, well, don't use that app anymore. The coffee app sucks. Well, you're the one that had it on screen. I mean, I did buy you a cup of coffee, didn't you? You said you got it. I mean, technically, I don't know if she says I'm Chickbait and Crew, so you have both. So is the Chick Crew true crime, or is it just Chickbait? Which one? What we got going on here? Is it going to be Crew? Is you're going to cover the decline of Western civilization, part 10, and covering rock and roll, or what are you going to do there? There's Chick Crew. She did get it. Rolo was my 33rd great grandfather. Real facts. Okay, I'm not down to it. 33rd great grandfather. What I would like to know is how do you get back to 33rd? How do you get that good of records back? Yeah. Let's see, how far can I go back? I could probably go back about. Oh man, I don't think it's 10. I think maybe. I think I can go back 10, maybe 12. I'm not sure. I do have pretty good records, but I have to go back to England. On my dad's side, I'd have to go back in England and get on the ground and research there. So it's going to change a little. So is it true crime, or what are you doing? Part 11. She will always be Chickbait. That is a great name. I love it. Always be Chickbait to us. By the way, let's see here. The Conqueror William and his Warren descendants left alone on my mama's side. Okay, all right. Okay, wait, hear me out. Thor Nelson is from Norway. His son is part of his first family before Thor was widowed. Okay, I totally believe you, Chickbait, but you got to prove it. Or you don't get the coffee. Oh, let's see here. My great grandpa's mom died on his 7th birthday. Okay, it's sad. Yeah, those things sadly happen, you know. But well, good picks. We'll see how we do. We'll come back after Sunday, and we'll get the gang back together, and we'll see how we did on our picks. So, yeah, well, look it up and send it to me. I would love to see it. If you can send me that kind of receipt, I would love it. I believe that I was born on my 3rd great's birthday. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And Lady Kara, remind me where you come from. What part of the country are you? Chickbait and Lewis are Ohio. And I never met Thor. He was going. You think? I don't think there's many Thors walking around right now. There might be one. North Carolina. That's right. I forgot. I was trying to get my directionals. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. A lot going on, and my brain's kind of fried. But thanks for being in here again. Okay. You know what? I would love to see it. I would love to see the family tree of Chickbait. That would be cool. So show me that. That would be awesome. Were they also from the north? When you go back to the old country, were they from the north of the country, or did they come from the south? Inquiring minds want to know. I can joke about this because I was actually born in Rockford, Illinois. So, but I've lived in the South my whole life. So, you know, my family's from the South, but I do have some family in Illinois, and my family moved up, and I was there for a year and a half and came back. I don't even remember it, but people give me heck down there. Rob likes to give me heck about it. I was in. He calls me Yankee, but I am North Georgia, so. Michael says, don't know about those Ohio family trees. Dad's parents are mostly Slovenian. Okay. Interesting. We got to get this family tree figured out so we can understand Chickbait a little more. She's a sweet, sweet young lady. We think the world of her. I love her, but it just helps us to understand her more. So, and you said your ex was an import from Ohio, but during our family trees, found out our families once shared branches back in the 1500s. Insane. Well, a lot of things in the 1500s were insane, I'm sure. I thought the Northerners made jokes about Southerners. I don't know if we could ever understand your brain more, but we might understand you more. Yeah, you've got confliction going on there. You've got a lot of crazy stuff going on. So, you know, have you ever, I do have a question. Have you, is this Make-A-Wish Foundation? Have you ever been in the dog pound at Cleveland in the football stadium? Have you ever been one of the barking dogs? I'm just curious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We are ultimately the product of generations of survivors. Yes. Yes. We are. You know, we fled. All of us fled something. I mean, nobody came to America back in those times because they said, hey, let's go over to America. You know, they've got the Vegas Strip. No, that didn't happen. It was a brutal trip, which some didn't make it. And they were leaving because they were starved, persecuted, enslaved, or all three, and many, many other things. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, y'all did good. We'll have to see how those picks go. It's interesting. Yeah. We didn't know we were going to have guest picks, but we did, and I like it. I encourage it so that we can have fun with that. Again, to recap, the Georgia goes down. Oh, our hearts are broke. Yeah. Notre Dame goes on. Is there any Notre Dame fans in here? You can go ahead and do a rah-rah. The Notre Dame wins. Let's see. You're not going to do that.
I'm not a real Notre Dame.
Are you ready to root for Notre Dame?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm not either. We're dog fans. Let's see here. Chickbait says they introduced me to others to me. I'm a history major concentrating in U.S. history, aka Revolutionary War, etc. And Michael says half of my family escaped Europe, and part ran out of Cherokee areas. Well, I might not have put it that way.
You're right.
But you know what? Salute. You know what? You can take your gold helmets. You got the win, but you can take your gold helmets, and you're not going to win the next game.
No.
We're not sore losers, but you know what? We're not rooting for you either.
No.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. We got nice. I'm a semi-pro amateur genealogist going on 12 years of research. My master's might be in history. Should I return to school? Maybe retire teaching. Well, you know what? I had really thought about my life of being a history teacher. I really wanted to be that because I love history.
Oh yeah.
And
I didn't know.
you made Notre Dame a cake. Good luck. Let's see here. Growing up, we just saw a bunch of Notre Dame ball caps, but not many Notre Dame alumni. And the lady Kara, my mom, taught me genealogy. She was a historian, so it kind of shapes my thinking, among many other things. But I do love genealogy, and I wish I had more time for it. I've done some research, and others that had done research before me. I really enjoyed their lifelong work and learned a lot about my family on my dad's side. My mom's side, I'm still trying to figure some of that out. And so, yeah, let's see here. That's cool. I got my history degree, getting my master's in museum studies.
Wow.
Museum studies. So, museum studies. So, what kind of job do you get with a master's in museum studies? So, the alumni tried to show up, but they couldn't because they were too. Oh, I love our chats, man. We have some great chats.
Yeah.
So who y'all got in the next weekend's games? We got Penn State against Notre Dame and Ohio State against Texas. Cook, Ohio State against Texas. Who you got?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yeah, you said that earlier. Jeremy, Ohio State, Texas.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say Texas is gonna win this game, and I've got a prediction. It's finally gonna happen. It's Manning is gonna come in and rescue the game. I believe it. He's gonna come in, and the legend of Arch Manning will be cemented in this game. That's my prediction. They're gonna beat Ohio State and go and play the other whoever wins the other game. So. I'm gonna go with that. So Chick says Ohio State, and who are my friends in the background with red hoodie and star hat? Okay, this is my son. This is Jeremy. Well, I have to point this way on the screen, and the guy with the star is Cowboy Cook, lifelong friend, and these are both members of the crew. They've been behind the scenes a lot, but you're going to see them a little bit more on camera now. Yes. Jeremy's been helping me film stuff, and then Cook, he just does a little bit of everything. So that's who these folks are. So
yes, in the wonderful new studio.
She said, which tribe? Michael, let's see, Indians, Cherokee.
Yeah,
and
Cherokee.
I don't think. Let's see. We got Jeremy from Michael. Y'all have met, so we went and visited Michael. Mm-hmm. And Cook was not there, but I don't know if he's seen you, but he's seen you on camera, I guess.
Yeah.
Hello from Chick, Jeremy, and Cowboy Cookie. We do call him Cookie sometimes. Yep. Growing up, sometimes we called him the Cookie Monster. He's a big guy. He's like 6'4", big guy. He's a great athlete. When we were young, I don't know about now. None of us are now.
I can't even run too good.
Thank you so much. God bless you too, and we're glad to be here. You're going to see these folks on the screen, on stage a lot more. Yes. Cook is me and him has done a lot of sports together.
Years.
And by the way, Rob's on here, so I got to burn him down a little bit. Rob said that Georgia would win by 17, and I even said, "Are you sure that you're going to pick Georgia by 17?" This game's always been tight. He said, I respect your opinion, Dave, but Georgia is going to win by at least 17 points. So the next time you're online, that Rob's online, and tell him I was right and he was wrong. That's the second time that I've gotten him.
Yeah, he said they were going to go undefeated all year too.
So some names are spelled cookie with an E. His would be cookie with an IE and eating cookies. So,
Yeah.
He is just called Cook, though. That's his last name. Some call him Roy. Some call him Dave or David. I call him Cook. He's yes, they did pull an Alabama on us. They sure did. What a letdown. Got us all amped up. We even had to survive a terror
You
attack.
have to say Alabama.
And that you don't pronounce the E. Well, we do. We put IE there. Cookie. Yeah. Yeah. So that, hey, you know what? In the South, we pronounce any letter we want. We don't we don't go by normal English rules. When we by the way, sometimes people have called me David. They like to, because of my work in Jewish ministries and stuff. They like David. I get that a lot. Let's see here. A Tesla did something too, right? Well, we're trying to figure all that stuff out. I have a problem with Cook. I get it. Let's see here. Tell me about it. Let's see. Georgia's new uniform will be crisp. It makes him seem fancy. Well, he's a fancy kind of guy. It's totally pronounced Cook. It is. Jewish ministries. Yes, I've done a lot in Jewish ministries.
It's pronounced.
I've been to
everybody calls me Cookie.
been in many Jewish enclaves and spoken with many Jewish people, love them, and I've been to synagogue around the South, not in the North. David. My family calls me Davy.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, do they call you that, Davy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Davy. He calls me Dad. He's my son. Pops.
I call him friend.
He calls me friend. Or Dave. Usually I'm Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
When I was at school, they called me Cordell. So, or other names we can't repeat. That's school though. I don't know. I do like Chick Bates' name, Juliet. That's a pretty name. I like that. And I like your Lady Carr. I like your name there. It jumps out. You see that easy. And some people come in here, they have names that's hard for me. I'm like, what is that? No, Cookie is like shop. He is silent. The Lady Carr, I hate mispronouncing things. Yeah. Well, we do too, but we just have to do the best we can. I thought we didn't call the as we did. You said Ohio State. I'm going Texas. You said Ohio State.
Yeah.
Penn State, Notre Dame.
I don't like none of them. Penn State.
Penn State.
No, I don't like Penn State. I don't like Notre Dame either.
Well, just pick one. Pick the one you hate the least.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State.
We're saying Penn State because we have Notre Dame. No, I think Penn State wins this game.
They tie.
They tie. So my prediction is Penn State against Texas, and I think that Texas wins it all. Cook, who you got winning this whole thing?
What was it? Ohio State?
You got Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, and Notre Dame.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Who do you think is going to win it all? Ohio State. That's a good pick. I'm going to stick with Texas, though. T for Texas. I'm telling you, it's the legend of Manning, man. He's going to have to come in and rescue Ewers in this thing. I really think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I really, really do. So we'll see.
It's a hard pick.
It is a hard pick, but the after name is a fancy way. Is that holding your little finger up when you're drinking something,
Yeah.
Or you got your little spoon or whatever, It can be the worst. Let's say here, Lady Cara, something that we all have as common. That's called sin.
Yeah.
I'm usually spot on. So saying it with full comments, the way I did only worsened the situation. Ha ha. So, okay, Lady Cara, never hurts to ask for saying is wrong, but that's what it is. And bless you. Oh my goodness. OSU, go Bucks. I can picture Dave drinking tea like that. No, it would be a handle. Drinking sweet tea. Oh.
Viking handle. Viking.
Yeah,
Big.
Viking handle. Yeah, I get Celtic Blacksmith from Ohio. Steve, our friend. You're on a laptop. You mean you're standing on it? I gotta say, have y'all seen these videos that are popping up all over the social streams with it's guys and girls, but it's mostly girls, and they're doing the little jump step dance that they do, and they doing the jump ropes and everything. That's become a big thing, and they've got songs playing with them and everything. Those are everywhere.
Yeah.
I can see chickbait doing that, jumping rope and skipping and all that and singing,
Right.
Do I homebrew sweet tea? I have, but sometimes no, but I have. That are Lipton's. Well, sometimes it can be. What is that? When I do it that way, it would be probably Lipton is mainly what we've done. But sometimes I cheat a little bit, and you go to the store and get the gallon container. What is the name of that sweet tea? My wife likes to buy in that and have some around, and we actually get the unsweet and put Splenda or something in it. But because you got to watch the sugar. But what is the name of that? It's.
I don't know.
I challenge myself to stand on my laptop and record it on my phone for TikTok. Well, that would be good. Later, y'all. I'll try to catch you in the morning, Dave. Good. Be here bright and early as our Friday morning show. Has anyone ever asked where does tea come from? That is it, Candy. Milo's there. Thank you. Another question I would have in this is, do you put lemon in your tea? I do not. And I don't like it when it's already made in there either. We have this wonderful establishment called Bojangles, and they do have good tea. That's right. It's usually there. I agree with you. I do like Bojangles tea. And who else? Is it McDonald's? They have pretty good tea as well.
Yes.
McDonald's has good tea.
When it's not over sweet.
When it's not over sweet, yeah. A leaf from where? Okay, we got, I don't want to say your name wrong, Akash, Raj. Hello to you. And Candy says, no lemon. You've heard of Bojangles? Yeah, we have the Bojangles. We like their fries. They're seasoned. They serve breakfast all day long. They do have chicken and other things you can eat, but it's mainly breakfast food.
2 steak biscuits for $5. What's it right now?
They do have 2 steak. Yeah, you just shut that right out there. Like you had that like 2 steak biscuits for $5.
Yes. Mama life.
They started in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, okay, and I like lemon. I do not, as you do. No lemon for Candy, lemon for me. You a lemon guy?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it's good. Well, I tried to raise him right.
Yeah,
you know. He is wearing the Georgia hoodie, but I tried to raise him right. I see chick. I like lemon. The lady Bob Evans started in Ohio. I've been to Bob Evans before. They're pretty good. I'm good with that. The Bob Evans restaurants.
Yeah. I don't even know where it is.
There used to be one in East Ridge. I don't know if it's still there. It may not be there anymore. I haven't, and I think it probably isn't, but there used to be one. We have had a few Bob Evans, but I think they're closed in this region. Yeah, it's a tough market, and I think they did. And that's another one that's died, Shoney's. I think there might still be one in Pigeon Forge, but that was my spot. I worked for Shoney's at one time decades ago, back when it was the premier place to go in a lot of towns.
Best hot fudge cake I ever had from Shoney's.
Hot fudge cake. I'm a fan of Denny's, Chick Bait. I do like Denny's. I know Jeremy likes Denny's. You didn't bring my drink down here.
Oh, sorry.
I forgot it. I left it up there. It's okay.
Yeah, we all like to eat.
I think Johnson City or nearabouts. We usually go when we go to up to the mountains. So we although I will have to say it's kind of like Waffle House. Sometimes you get crazy stuff going on. The one that's near Cleveland, not Ohio, but Tennessee. We've saw some wild stuff in there.
Yeah, it is.
Used to love Hardee's. They got out of Ohio. They do have also the 2 for $5 right now. You can get different things and mix them up for $5. It's a pretty good deal nowadays the way things are high. Hardee's was another North Carolina born restaurant.
Gravy, 2 for $5.
Biscuit and gravy, steak biscuit, and I think maybe the sausage egg is also one, maybe cheese. I think it's got cheese on it as well.
Yeah.
Chick Bay says, I've been to Florida, Kentucky, and not really south. We're going to have to get you down here. We're going to take you off in the woods and look for Bigfoot, while you're here one of these days. By the way, Rob's video will be breaking forth late tonight. We've been holding that one. The ongoing saga of what happened at the Watts Creek Bridge. We're going to release that, though. There'll be at least one more video off that, maybe 2. I don't know yet. Got him. That's right. I made some homemade. Oh, that sounds good. I'll make a mean. I like when somebody has confidence in their ability. A mean homemade sausage gravy biscuit. We got to ask you this, Lady Cara, though. When you eat your gravy biscuit, do you crumple your biscuit or do you open it up and put the gravy on top? We got to know because we debate that here at the Southern Fried. Cook, what do you say?
Crumble.
Crumple. That's what I say. Chick Bait will say open face just because she's going to be different than Dave. I bet Lewis is open face too, though. I'm just curious with this mean homemade gravy, sausage gravy. I want to know how that biscuit looks. Is it open face? By the way, on YouTube, we don't have a lot of followers. It's been growing a little bit, but on YouTube, and I was just looking at our views on different videos, and the one I did at Cracker Barrel with my little education to Rob about the biscuit is 503 views on that little video.
Yeah.
It's got to be smothered and covered. If the biscuit falls apart, it's just helping the process. That is a good political answer.
Yeah.
That's not she didn't really answer the question. I get what you're saying, but it's like you're playing the middle ground here. You're playing Switzerland.
Well, that's not crumbling.
That's not crumbling. I mean, it's kind of like she's saying, well, it's covered, but if it falls apart, it just helps. So I'm guessing she's leaning more towards that it's open face, the gravy on top.
Yeah.
And if Rob were here, he would be laughing
He'd be loving it.
He'd be loving it.
Yeah.
But he says it's a lady thing to crumple the biscuit, so he would be wrong with that.
Right.
She says, if it's on the plate and the flavor's right, I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
Well, we ain't going to turn it down.
Absolutely.
I mean, So I've got this thing where I go. I was in Bainbridge, and I made a video there. So wherever I go, I do one of the days we're there, I do a video, and I crumple the biscuit, and I say it's my statement for Rob where I'm at. So he hates that.
Jeremy's had some good breakfasts at my house before.
Oh, yeah. He said you fixed him breakfast, and he went to sleep.
Yeah.
Depends on how much gravy you've got and if you're sharing. I understand and salute to that answer. That's a great answer. I love it.
Yeah, I love gravy so much, I learned how to make it myself. I got tired of asking people to make it for me.
All right, folks, we're going to close this live. We're going to be back, though. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back. Close the sports show. We'll be back. It'll either be called Southern Talk or Late Night Talk. So if y'all are still up and in, thank you. We appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. We're going to take a short break and reboot, and we'll be back on live shortly. All three are going to be in the house. We're not the three amigos. I don't know what you'd call us, but yeah, take it easy, you two, and appreciate you being here. Come back and see us. Appreciate all the answers. Thanks for playing the Southern Fried Podcast biscuit game.
Yeah.
Y'all be good up. Yeah, crumple. Y'all be good up there in Ohio, and hopefully y'all can come back in. I don't know if you got to work tomorrow. I'm off. You're off. You're off. We're coming in, so we'll be back. We're gonna drink some coffee. We'll be right back, and probably it'll be by 11 for sure. So we'll see you soon. Take care. We love you.
Love you.
Cornbread Nation.